Today we replaced the front disc brake pads on the 2015 Chevy Equinox. You'll need a new set of front brake pads with all the hardware including the grease, floor jack and 2 jack stands, wheel chucks, 14mm socket, flat screwdriver, 22 square socket for the wheel lugs, and a torque wrench. We start by chucking the back wheels. Jack up the front of the car from the center frame until the wheels are off the ground. Place the jack stands under the frame and with a 22mm square socket, take off the lug nuts and put the wheels aside. As we can see, there's no scrape marks on the rotor. This is why we will not be replacing it. It makes it much easier to get to the back bolts if the wheel is turned all the way to the right. To remove the top and bottom brake pad caliper bolts, use the 14mm socket. Slide it out and carefully lay it on top of the upper arm or tie it if necessary. Do not let it hang from the hose. Use a flat screwdriver if necessary to remove both brake pads. Remove the top and bottom slider brackets. Before installing the new pad sliders, make sure you clean the surface with a small wire brush if necessary and then smear some grease before clipping the new ones on. Remove the bottom and top slide pins from the boot and place some fresh grease on them. It's important that you put the pins back in the same place you take them out, since they are slightly different. And make sure they clip back into the boot collar so no water and dirt gets in them. If the boot is damaged, replace it. We take the new slider bracket included in the kit and place one on top and bottom of the caliper bracket. Make sure the slide clips are centered and the tabs are bent over the sides. This is to avoid them from moving side to side and hit the rotor. Bend them on each side on top and bottom clip. Before installing the new inside brake pad, make sure this plate is transferred over from the old one. The inside pad is identified by the squeal tab here. When the pads get too low, the tab comes in contact with the rotor and you will hear that squeal. Before installing the new brake pads, put a little grease on each end that will come in contact with the slider. Insert the bottom first and then clip in the top. Then do the same to the other side. Now we're ready to put the caliper back, but first we need to push the cylinder in so it won't interfere with the new thicker pads. Using an old pad and a C-clamp, slowly tighten the cylinder into the caliper. Then insert it back onto the caliper bracket. Line it up with the top and bottom slide pins and thread in the 2 bolts. Then torque them to 30 foot-pounds while holding the pins with channel locks to stop them from spinning. Put the wheel back on and hand tighten the lug nuts. Lower the jack till the tire barely touches the floor and torque them in a star pattern to 140 foot-pounds. Pump the brake pedal between 5 and 10 times to make sure it's firm and drive a few miles to make sure it's all good. And that's about it. Thank you for watching. I hope this video helped you along the way. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. See the description for links of tools and materials used in this video. And you all have a great day.